Hi, this is Gary with MacMost Now. On today's episode, let's look ahead to see what we can expect in 2012 from Apple. So what can we expect from Apple now that we're in 2012? Well, Apple does update a lot of products on a regular basis, so we can kind of predict when new things will come out, and also there are a lot of rumors to look at as well. Now, the iPad has come out in early spring in both the last 2 years. So we can expect in early spring a iPad 3, perhaps in March. Some people are predicting as early as February to coincide with Steve Jobs' birthday. Now, what will be in an iPad 3, we don't really know at this point. Perhaps a faster processor, maybe better cameras, but as for completely new features, it's pure speculation. We'll just have to wait and see. There's also been a lot of rumors that Apple was going to launch a smaller iPad, like a 7-inch version. I don't see that happening either. Apple has said many times over that they have the right size for a tablet, and I think they've got it right. A lot of the criticisms of some of the smaller tablets have said simply the screen is too small. So I think Apple's going to stick with the current size for the iPad, but perhaps in the iPad 3 we'll see a Retina display, a higher resolution display that'll be fantastic for looking at video and photos. Now, the iPhone has shifted from a middle of the summer update to a fall update. So we could probably expect sometime between summer and fall to have an iPhone 5. And there are a lot of new features that could be in an iPhone. A lot of people are predicting a complete new redesign, perhaps even with a larger screen. Although I kind of doubt it myself, as I know the screen now is designed to be very easy for you to reach everything with your thumbs. If they make it a little bit bigger, that won't be true anymore. So I'm not quite sure they'll go there. But I'll bet you it'll be a little thinner, maybe have some sort of new design that will both see echoed maybe in some Macs and also on the iPad. Now, most of the rumors right now deal with Apple coming out with a television. Not Apple TV, but an Apple TV. Maybe an LCD screen that has the Apple TV functionality built into it. Maybe some other things. There's even some outrageous rumors of it being voice controlled or gesture controlled in the air with your hands. I kind of doubt these rumors. Televisions are kind of strange because there's so many different sizes of them. And Apple doesn't particularly like to come out with a huge variety of products. So coming out with, say, a 55-inch TV and a 47-inch TV and a 32-inch TV just doesn't seem Apple's style. As to what would be in a TV, well, you suppose that everything that you have now in the $99 Apple TV box could be built into a television. And this will make it a pretty interesting standalone TV. And then just have basic input coming in from your cable box or satellite box. And you would have an interesting product, but it's hard to see how it would be an advantage over just buying one of the many other brands of televisions that are out there. Apple would be entering a very crowded market. Now, as far as Macs are concerned, we can expect to see Apple updating some of the Mac lines this year, probably all of them with newer processors. The MacBook line looks like Apple is favoring the MacBook Air over the MacBook Pro, especially as the main difference between them is the size due to using an SSD drive in the MacBook Air. So I could see the smaller MacBook Pros being discontinued in favor of simply having a MacBook Air at that size. One big question is, what about the Mac Pro? The tower that Apple hasn't updated in quite a while, and it traditionally uses a slightly different processor, like the Xeon processor, allowing you to stack up to 8 cores into a machine. It doesn't look like Apple has that much interest in updating this, and we may actually be seeing maybe a Mac Mini Pro, or perhaps just the largest, the 27-inch iMac, being the high-end Mac. If Apple doesn't update the Mac Pros early this year, then it probably is a sign that the tower is at end of life. Now, as far as operating systems are concerned, I don't see a successor to Lion materializing this year, maybe some early versions for developers. But we probably will get an iOS 6 with new features and updating it for the iPad, iPod Touch, and iPhone. We'll probably also see a new iPod Touch to bring that line in line with the iPhone and iPad in terms of processor power and features. So what about Siri? Siri works great, but it only really works with a few apps that are built into your iPhone. What about a way to communicate with third-party apps? I could see that happening later this year, where developers get a chance to build in Siri support. So you can talk to Siri and have it command one of your third-party apps, as well as the built-in Apple ones. So there are some guesses as to what we can expect in 2012 from Apple. If you've got any ideas and would like to make some predictions, feel free to leave a comment at this post at MacMost.com. Till next time, this is Gary with MacMost Now.
Want more video tutorials? Just go to MacMost.com, click on the videos link at the top of the page, and then you can view all of the hundreds of MacMost videos by category.